Hey, I'm Adam Wylde, and welcome to another episode of The Usual. Today, we get the privilege to follow a legend around the hallways of this place, Scotiabank Arena. That's Mr. Paul Hendrick, who's been doing this for 20 years. We're gonna go through a little bit of his history and a little bit of his day-to-day routine. Check it out. What is it that goes into the preparation for the broadcast? Because when we see you on the air, it's always like, you know, you nail your hits, you're in and out, you know your cues and that sort of thing, and I don't think people realize how difficult that is to do.
Yeah, you know, for almost 20 years, 17, I had to work with a great producer in Mark Askin. I'm still doing the games on Sportsnet. They were busy openings. First of all, the night before, I'd have to write a 2.5-minute tease, which Mark would provide me the information. I would write the tease, not having seen the video, and the next day we'd come there, boom, put it to tape, and I put a lot of work into that.
Yeah.
And there were rhymes and, you know, subtleties, and you do that for 52 games out of the year. It was exhausting, it was challenging, but it was great.
And you have to freshen it up every time.
Every time.
I've noticed you're carrying a file folder, and I know that you're a little bit famous for this, so I don't know if you can show the notes, right? The game's over already when you see this.
Well, no, it's a Columbus Blue Jacket notes, and you know, I don't think much of it, but we work with such a young dynamic, and you guys, what the heck?
Type it away.
This?
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So, and you will use these, and then you'll go and you'll recycle them, and you got a new file folder the next game.
Well, there was many years, I kept all of them, and then my wife just said, enough is enough. But I was able to go back in notes, and we do all sorts of different shows, and hey, you're going to be talking to Darcy Tucker again about that game in 2002, and I was able to pull out those file folders and see the notes that I'd scribbled down, and it also just allows me to memorize. I mean, to memorize things, but it's there. I can put my game notes in there. And I never thought much of it, but you're not the only one.
It's pretty cool.
It is kind of.
We want to talk to everybody about Paul Hendrick tonight. Can you tell me a little bit about the guy as a broadcaster and the guy as a person?
Well, he's going to be missed, that's for sure.
Joe just walked in. That's funny.
Yeah. He's gone, right?
No, he's still here. He's still here. So I got to ask you now. And you might hate me for this, okay? So just don't hate me too much, okay?
It's a strong one.
There was an incident in Buffalo at the draft a few years back where you became a bit of a viral superstar. Can we break this down? You know, I'm gonna play this on my producer. It's really her fault. She's making me ask this.
Yeah, Bob McGill and I are doing our thing, and we're off the first base line. The Buffalo Bisons are down in right field. A foul tip
why these guys are all
nailed me right in the head in the middle. I think I'm okay.
It was a baseball. She just said ball hit ball. That's all I know.
Ball hit ball. And I remember Nicole Burns, our producer, saying, okay, are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, let's start it from the top. I said, we're not starting this from the top. Let's just continue. Oh, that's okay.
Paul Hendrick, you've worked with him for years. What can you tell us about the guy, the broadcaster, both, I guess?
Well, when I think of Paul, I think of puns. I think of press box candy because he sits a couple seats down from me and is always bringing the candy factor up. But in all seriousness, I think of a guy who never has a bad day.
He works hard, he plays hard. You know, it's been a real pleasure to work with Henny and get to know him. And he's just such a great person in addition to doing his job really well. And you know, I'm glad you guys are doing a story on him.
Quick question, what candy does he bring? Because we keep hearing rumors about the candy, but like what specifically are his favorites?
If I had to do a Paul Hendrick candy power ranking,
yes.
I would guess that licorice should be #1, Jolly Ranchers #2, and then anything else anybody offers. Because I think he's got a sweet tooth.
Big Daddy brought the Jujubes tonight. I brought the Jolly Ranchers, and next game it's going to be the Red Twizzlers.
Couldn't ask for a better partner to work with because he is that guy. We always did bug him or tease him a little bit that he was like Dudley Do-Right, and he's quite an amazing guy.
What would you say about Paul Hendrick, the broadcaster, and Paul Hendrick, the person?
Nothing very good. We traveled with him. He's a bit of a flake. We have lots of fun with him. He is just a wealth of information, a real professional. Just does what he does day in and day out, always with a smile on his face and always with a lot of information. So one of the class acts in our business. There's no two ways about it.
I want you to teach me, broadcaster to broadcaster, how to do this wrap so everybody at home can do it too. So if you can show us how to wrap up a segment properly.
Right, and because a lot of our shows are running the next day, we can't date it. So there's no tonight. So on this particular night, which is a Monday night, so here we go. Leafs win 4-2 as they win their third consecutive game on home ice, and thanks to the home victory here, get an opportunity to now hit the road and endeavor to win a 10th game. Final score, the Maple Leafs 4. What was the score tonight?
4-2.
Oh, thank you. Let's do this one more time. I'm sorry.
We can just do a pickup.
Leafs win Monday night, defeat the visiting Columbus Blue Jackets by a score of 4-2 to win yet again on home ice and now hit the road in a position to win their 10th game of the season away from Scotiabank Arena. On behalf of Adam Wylde, Joe Bowen, Jim Ralph, and Big Daddy Bob McGill, I'm Paul Hendrick saying so long from Toronto. Good night. We'll see you next time in Raleigh.
Doesn't that give you chills?